Hi everyone, welcome to Top Grace Academy, and my name is Michael, and today we are going to go through a few things on how to write the APA headings, how to format them, a few rules on what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do. And that's basically what we're going to go through this tutorial. So to begin with, as you can see on your screen, we have a few rules on writing headings in APA. So the first rule is you should avoid labeling your headings with numbers or letters. So as you can see, I've written a few examples here on Japan's economic model. So here our heading is Japan's economic model. So you should avoid numbering your headings and also using letters to identify your titles. So this in APA there are rules to writing your headings. So because there are different levels, it's not necessary for you to label them with headings or with numbers or letters. So the second rule is double space your headings. Do not switch to single space within headings. Depending on the instructions that you have been given by your lecturer or the instructions of your assignment, you can use double spacing or single space. And I'll link a video where you can go and check on how to single space your paper in APA. So in this rule, let's say you're using double spacing. Avoid going back to single spacing, especially in writing your headings. Your spacing should be standard throughout your paper. The third rule is do not add blank lines above or below your headings. So let's say your heading is, you have written your heading at the end of your paper. Let's assume that we can write our heading here, Japan's economic model. So you're not supposed to leave a blank space at the top. Let's place this commas here. You're not supposed to leave a blank space at the top or at the bottom. But for the main title, just for uniformity purposes, I'm going to link a video on how to format your title page in APA. It's going to appear at the top of your screen. So let's assume this is our title, right? Japan's economic model. You're not supposed to leave a space above or below your heading. So those are the three rules you're supposed to adhere to when writing your headings. Now let's go to the levels of headings in APA. So I've written a few notes here so that it can be clear to everyone on what we are discussing. So APA has 5 levels of headings. So they discuss how you're going to format your headings and ensure that they are formatted in the right way. So for level 1 headings, this usually includes your title, the title of your paper, the abstract, the references, footnotes and appendices. So if you have written an essay before, you might be familiar with these headings, these heading titles. But if you are still new and fresh to essay writing, you can subscribe and like to this channel. We are going to provide more tutorials on what these titles entail to. So the title of your paper. So for the example, we are going to use Japan's economic model. So this is the main title of our paper, Japan's economic model. So as we can see, level 1, you're instructed to center it, bold it and title case it. So center it, let's place it, select the title, head on to this place and center it. Then boldface, use Ctrl B, it's a shortcut. And title case is the system, or let's say the style of ensuring that the main words in your title begin with a uppercase letter while the minor words are usually in lowercase letters. As I had spoken before, you can look at the tutorial. I'm going to link it up there. So this is how you format your level 1 heading: centered, boldface, title case. So let's assume now that your paper has other subsections. So there is a main title and then the other subsections to your heading. So let's say under Japan's economic model, this is our first title, this is our main title. The second, the subsection could be Japan's economy between 1980 to 1981. So let's say that's our subsection now. We have begun by discussing Japan's economic model. Now let's go to the subsection. So before we go to level 1, I also want to provide a fourth rule. So when writing your essays in APA, the introduction is usually not, the introduction doesn't need to include a heading. So let's say this is our main title, Japan's economic model. Then you can come, you see most students writing introduction. This section isn't required. Writing the introduction is not required. The first paragraph of your essay is usually assumed to be the introduction of your essay. So there's no need to write an introduction as your heading. So let's move here to level 2. So as you can see, this is our level 2 heading. It's supposed to be flash left, boldface, and in title case. So in this case, flash left, as you can see, it's already on it's aligned to the left. So let's bold it. You can use the shortcut Control B or head on to this section, to this highlighted B, and select it. Ensure that it is in title case. So our nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs will be capitalized, while our prepositions, articles should be in lowercase. So as you can see, Japan's economy, Japan is a noun, economy is a noun, between is a preposition, and the years are standard. So we're going to ensure that it's correct, and that's how you write a level 2 heading. Now let's come to a level 3. So let's assume now that this level 2 heading also has another subsection under this level 2 heading. So we are going to, let's assume it is recession. Let's call it recession of 1981, of mid 1981. Mid 1981. So that's our level 3 heading. So level 1 was Japan's economic model. This was the main title. Then the second title under this title is level 2, and it is flash left, it's usually to the left. It is boldface and it is title case. It should be written in title case capitalization. So under this level 2 heading, we have it's like a baby title to the second heading, which is level 3. So this title should be flash left. As you can already see, it should be in italics. So in italics, you can come to this slanted I and select it, and it should be in title case. So as we had discussed before, nouns, adverbs, adjectives should be capitalized, while adverbs, articles, prepositions, and other small words should be in small letters. So recession is a noun, of is a preposition, mid 1981, because it's an adjoining letter, you shouldn't write it in capital. So this is how you write your level 3 heading. So if your paper, depending on the size and the content of your paper, you can also have a level 4 heading. So in level 4, Now this is this is a heading to the third heading. It's like a baby level 3 heading. So our title, let's say recession of mid 1981. Let's put something else. What example can we use? Let's say measures put in place during the mid 1981 recession. So as you can see, this is our measures put in place during the mid 1981 recession. So let's go back to our instructions again. It should be indented. So indented, it means, as you can see in the previous level 3 and level 2 headings, they are supposed to be in flash left, italic and title case. But in indented, you're supposed to leave a space between the title here. You should leave a space here. So you're supposed to press tab so that you can leave this space here. This is an indentation. Just as you can write a paragraph, you should leave a space at the beginning. So you're going to press tab to leave that indentation there. Then place it in boldface. You should bold it as we had discussed before. Press Ctrl B. Then it should be in title case. So measures is a verb. Put in place is a preposition. Place here in this case is going to be in capital. During is a preposition. There is an article. Mid 1981 recession. So that's how you're going to place it. Then for your title, the paragraph that follows this title should continue on the same space. So in all these other paragraphs, in all these other levels, the paragraph follows under the title. But in this case, let's say our paragraph, if it was in level 2, we're supposed to write correct that the economy underwent severe recession. Let's say that's the first sentence of our paragraph. In level 1, level 2 and level 3, the paragraph will start at this point. But in level 4, our paragraph will begin on the same line as your heading. Oh, and I'd forgotten, you're supposed to add a full stop and it should be bolded. So in level 4, your paragraph will begin on the same line as your title. So now let's move on to the last level, which is level 5. So in this case, let's assume now that in level 5, your level 4 also has another subsection. It's like a baby of level 4. So measures put in place during the 1981 recession. Under that title, now let's have another title under that. So we are going to say what can we say? Measures put in place during the 1981 recession. Let's just put something simple. Let's not overthink it. Lessons learned during the mid 1981 recession. Let me place a more clear font so that everyone can see. So now this is our level 5 heading. Most essays, simple essays, won't get to this point. They usually begin at level 1 and they might go till level 3. But for purposes of, you might be writing your dissertation or a thesis paper, it's important to have an understanding of all levels of headings. So this is our level 5 heading. Indent, boldface, italic, title case, and with a period. So in this case, you are going to come, just as we have discussed, indentation is leaving a space between the first letter of your heading and the beginning of that line. So you are going to press tab once, then come to the second instruction, boldface italic. So you are going to boldface it, Control B and Control I to ensure that it is slanted. Then ensure that is written in title case and end it with a period. So let's place the period here. Then lesson slant. Slant is a verb, so we are going to capitalize it. During is a preposition. There is an article. Mid 1981 is an adjoining letter, an adjoining word. Then recession is your noun. So this is how you write your level 5 heading. Then as you can see, the text continues on the same line at the same paragraph. The same instruction in level 4 is here. The only difference is that in level 4, you only bold. In level 5, you both bold and you place it in italics. So let's take this as the first sentence of our paragraph. It's going to continue on the same line, but ensure that it is not in italics or bolded. And that's how you write your levels in APA. All the 5 levels in APA. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, and also if you require if you might need to consult on essay writing or assistance in anything related to essay writing, you can check our email. It is attached to the description below. Thank you for watching.